Welcome back to the CHGO White Sox podcast, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome to Studio B. My name is Herb Lunch. You can see we're in the no Sean formation right today, where he's on assignment. We sent him away, far away.
We sent him on a vacation far away.
Yeah. He's not going to come around and talk it over. But the man on my left to camera right is Vinnie Duber. He is the CHGO White Sox beat reporter. Follow him on Twitter at Vinnie Duber. My name is Herb Lawrence. Follow me on Twitter, Ecknerwall23. That is Lawrence spelled backwards with 2-3 for Vince Velasquez. No, it isn't. It's for Robin Ventura. And behind the camera, you don't see him. It's Steven Nicholas. He's our great producer. Stick around, guys. I know. White Sox have been bad. We're all kind of down. But we got something for you. We got you, baby. Stick around the whole show. Got a special announcement at the end of the show that will make all of you guys very happy. With that being said, yes, these 2 games in Toronto have been very hard to watch, very hard to talk about afterwards. But like I said, after the game, it's kind of like a therapy session after we lose another tough game. It's fine, guys. We're going to be fine. I think eventually the White Sox will win the AL Central, but it's going to be a long slog to get there. Vinny, any words of encouragement or any words to the White Sox fans who might be watching right now on YouTube?
Well, I'll say this. Guys, we're happy to provide you with some therapy, of course, but let's have a little fun with it, too. It's baseball, after all. You know, we're not talking about the end of the world here. You know, there's plenty of podcasts you can listen to hear about that. We're going to have a little fun with baseball, too. Listen, season is by no means over, obviously. A long way to go. Yeah, things haven't looked great, and we'll keep talking about them if things don't look great. But we're always good for a joke or two.
Oh, yeah.
For a musical reference or two.
Yeah, this is a fun show. We'll break down what's really happening with the team, but also we'll break down a couple things that we need to. The other day, Vinny said, the band is the best Canadian band, or Rush?
Well, here's the thing.
He's got the shirt on today.
I'm rocking the Rush shirt today because they're in Canada, obviously. I dug up an old tweet from 2018 that was ranking my favorite Rush songs at the time. So that was when the last time I tweeted about that when the Sox were in Canada. Maybe later today during the game we'll have to revisit that list. But I would say the band, but you see 4 of the 5 members of the band are from Canada. 1 is from Arkansas. So some consider them a North American band. If that's the case, if that's your style, then we'll go with Rush as number 1. Why not?
I just hope the White Sox get good before 21-12. Yee! Bruce Miles got that one.
Maybe that'll be the score today.
Oh, God, that'd be awesome. The White Sox are throwing out there Johnny Cueto versus Alex Manoah. And you don't know who Alex Manoah is? Oh, my God. Wait until this guy starts pitching. He is one of the best pitchers in the game. But the other day, we saw Kevin Gausman versus the White Sox, and they handled him pretty well and did a good job. Should have won that game. So let's get right into the lineups. Yoan Moncada is coming back to the White Sox in this lineup. I'm not going to go to the full lineups right now, Steven, but it's good to have Yoan Moncada back, even though this season he has struggled. A guy who I've called the top 5 third baseman in the league has not acted as such. What do you think about Yoan coming back to the White Sox? And if he's the guy that he's usually is, it'll lift this team's spirits up immensely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surprise that we're talking about some of their main guys as being like, oh, well, is it really that big of a deal that they're back? Really that big of a deal that they're in the lineup? Such has been the season so far for a lot of these White Sox hitters. But certainly, if everybody's hitting even close to where they're supposed to be, you want Yoan Moncada in the lineup. He obviously can do a lot of positive stuff at the plate in addition to what he can do at third base, which probably at this point is the best part of his game, his defense over at third base, which is crazy to think about if you can remember back to 2018 and when he was striking out a million times a game. But listen, he's a guy that has to get going. There's a few guys in this lineup where you can't win without him, and I think he's one of them. He is a guy that has to get going. Yasmani Grandal is a guy that has to get going. They need this lineup to be whole if they're going to turn things around, if they're going to achieve anywhere near the goals they set for themselves at the beginning of the season. Yoan Moncada is a big part of that, and the only way you turn things around if you're Yoan Moncada is reps, right? I mean, that's what they say, is that you can't fix what's broken if you don't even try to fix it. So, listen, everybody's very upset about Leury Garcia being in the leadoff spot today. We'll talk about it a little more lately, but you remember back when Leury maybe was thrown into the top of the lineup earlier this season, and Tony basically said, like, hey, we'll see if it gets him going, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So maybe that'll happen today. Who knows? But certainly in general, Yoan Moncada's got to be in this lineup if he's going to be in this lineup.
I hear what you're saying. And I know people out there like Jake Burger's played well. Like, Jake Burger's good, and he's pretty decent third baseman. He's not Yoan Moncada. Even at these struggles, I'll take Yoan Moncada playing the way he does. At third base, he's going to give great glove, and then eventually his bat will come around. Let's see. Rusted says he's officially panicking to the point where having Moncada at second base and Burger at third till TA returns seems like it has no risk at all anymore. Just do it. That's a little too far. The best part of Yoan's game is his defense. So, yes, if you want to force Burger into the lineup, he has to play second, and Vinny's told us time and time again, not going to happen.
Well, and it's not going to happen the other way, too. I mean, listen, even if you think like, oh, Yoan Moncada can fit at second base and that will open something up, like, the White Sox don't want to do that. They just don't. And Yoan Moncada has proven he's a very, very good third baseman. That is where he is. You don't say, I'm not trying to compare him to the best player in baseball, but I'm just saying, like, no one's like, oh, well, they should move Mike Trout to second base. So because there's a center fielder that's kind of okay that the Angels can put there. I mean, this is his position, and this is what he's signed up to play. You're not going to move him because he's obviously, you've seen benefits both defensively and offensively with the move to third base. That being said, obviously, I get why this is still a question. This was a popular question during the offseason, and it's still a question because second base is still a hole. Unfortunately, the fixes, Josh Harrison and a little bit of Leury Garcia, has not really done anything. And so it's still kind of a black hole on that infield or in that lineup, I should say, more than anything. And I get why people are looking for any sort of move that can get that fixed. But Jake Burger, I think his best role right now for the White Sox would be as a bench player, as a bat that you can bring off the bench and be really confident in sending up there. Yoan Moncada obviously needs to hit over $130 or whatever he's hitting right now in order to make that worth it.
Guys, I have an alternative move here. If Danny Mendick keeps hitting the way he's hitting, why not make him the second baseman at some point?
Great question.
Because, this has been going great for sans the one base running error. I love what I've been seeing out of him this season.
Yeah, I think the idea is that what kind of sample size is it? Is it a mirage? You've seen a lot more from Danny Mendick that would lead you to believe that he is not suited for everyday play than what you've seen here in recent weeks. But you're right? And a team that is struggling to score runs at all should be looking for the best offensive solutions it can. That being said, Tony loves playing matchups, and Danny Mendick one day might be the best solution at second base, and the next day he might not be based on what the pitching matchup is.
Let's get to the lineups right now. I know that's why you guys are all here. Let's start out with the White Sox lineup. Hitting first.
Oh, pointing. Another point.
I did it for you.
Steven, love it.
It's awesome. Leury Garcia batting first, playing shortstop. Luis Roberts, center field, batting second. That man, Yoan Moncada, pointing at himself. He's playing third base. Jose Abreu batting fourth. Playing first base. And it's Gavin Sheets in right field. Fifth. Sixth place hitter is Yasmani Grandal, will be doing the catching duties. Seventh place hitter is Andrew Vaughn, batting left. Yes, Andrew Vaughn is batting seventh again. Eighth is Rhys Mcguire. He's the designated hitter. And ninth, rounding out, is Josh Harrison playing second base. I can feel your anger through the screen, people, and I got some of it too. But after a while, you get beat down. And you're like, I guess, yes, fine. Vinny, I know you're not a lineup beast like I am. What do you think about the White Sox throwing out Leury Garcia and, firstly, Rhys Mcguire at designated hitter, a guy who barely can hit, is playing our designated hitter today?
Well, I can tell you here. I'll answer two questions.
Okay.
First of all, is you asked what I think of it.
Yes.
Again, doesn't really matter what I think of it. If I were the manager, I would not have the lineup constructed like this. But I'm not the manager for a very good reason. I would be terrible at it, and you would all be furious at me. I can tell you what I've seen on Twitter today from Daryl Van Schouwen, who's up there reporting for the Chicago Sun-Times. Talked to Tony La Russa today. Rhys Mcguire is DHing because, so says Tony, he has good numbers in the Rogers Center. He's a former Blue Jays hitter, and he's played a lot of games there, and he has a good offensive numbers there. There you go. Whether you are happy with that is up to you. As for the way the lineup is constructed in general, the explanation was that left-handed hitters want as many of them as possible in the lineup to face Alex Manoah, a phenomenal pitcher who has dramatic splits when it comes to right-handed and left-handed batters. Manoa facing righties, it's something like 108 batting average. Him facing lefties, it's something like a 306 batting average. Very different, and so you definitely have to look at those numbers. You can't discount them. So Tony La Russa is doing what he thinks is going to put his team in the best position to win. He also wanted to alternate your lefty-righty situation. That's a very old-school baseball thing. I have been in Tony La Russa's office. We've interviewed him there before, and you see all the information spread all over his desk. So he is not throwing darts at a dartboard. He is doing what he thinks the numbers are telling him to do, and it is up to you whether you think that is a good approach or not.
Let me say this. I don't like the lineup. I never liked Leury Garcia in the top third of any lineup. He shouldn't be there. But the explanations that Tony gave, while I don't like them, they're at least his thought process. I could see where he's going there. He's putting his team in the best position to win with more lefties in the lineup than righties. And a couple of those are switch hitters, and he's staggering the guys for the most part with lefty, righty. So I don't like it. But I understand why Tony's doing it. Let's see if it works out. Because, hell, even putting the best players in this damn lineup doesn't even damn matter. 3.6 runs a game. It's, I would just, if Tony just one day just said, guys, you know what I did? I had a hat. I had 15 names in there. I just picked them out. And I didn't care where they played the position. I'll be like, hey, Tony, man, I'm in with you. I'm cool with that because it doesn't matter. These some bitches need to start hitting. It's on them, not Tony. Now, putting Leury Garcia first is probably not the best thing, but hey, maybe Leury Garcia can see Alex Manoah in that first at bat and do something against him and get him off his rhythm, and the White Sox follow his lead. So anything you can do to shake up this offense and get them to do what the hell they can do is right with me. So it's frustrating to see it, but Tony has a reason, and while I don't like the reason, he still has a good process of his reasoning.
And he was asked, too, about batting Andrew Vaughn seventh. And he said, with the way he wanted to stack the lefties and the righties, somebody had to go seventh, that it was going to be Vaughn or Robert, and he chose Vaughn. Again, that might sound egregious to you because Andrew Vaughn is one of the 3 or 4 guys on this team that is producing offensively right now. It looks a lot better and makes a heck of a lot more sense if Gavin Sheets and Yasmani Grandal are hitting to their abilities. Mm-hmm. And they're in the middle in RBI spots as left-handed hitters against a pitcher who doesn't pitch very well against left-handed hitters or hasn't had a lot of success, I should say. So, it's everything stems from the fact that these guys aren't getting it done. And if you want to complain about Tony's lineups, that's, of course, you're right, but the lineups look a lot worse when the hitters in them are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
The best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets for up to $2,000. But that's not it. You make up a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive free CHGO membership, which unlocks all our web content. You'll even get a free shirt, like this one I have on right now, of your choice from the CHGO locker room. This is the Brawler Sock shirt, by the way. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making one $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, email PointsBet at pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we'll help you out. Your home for live in-play betting just got better. Introducing PointsBet's new feature, Live NBA Same Game Parlay. For the first time ever, you can build the perfect live same game parlay for the NBA only at PointsBet. Combine your favorite bets anytime during the game. Want more? You can also boost your live same game parlays. Watch live, parlay live, boost live with PointsBet. And now, online sign-up in Illinois is available. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Let's get into the pitching matchup. So good. Oh, I forgot about the Blue Jays lineup. My bad. Sorry. The Blue Jays lineup. We go out with the guy Santiago Espinal, who hit a home run.
It's a great baseball name.
Oh, it just sounds so good.
Sounds like maybe he faced Don Drysdale back in the day or something like that, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what, Wimpy. Santiago Espinal would give Don Drysdale all the fits he wanted. Mercy. Espinal will be batting second. Bo Bichette, also a great name. Bo Bichette. We'll be batting.
The Book of Bo Bichette.
We'll be batting second, playing shortstop.
Most fearsome bounty hunter in the galaxy, Bo Bichette.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be DHing today. Teoscar Hernandez playing right field, batting fourth. That man, Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, will be batting fifth. He shares a birthday with me, if you guys didn't know. 11-6. He's 88. He's 98. I'm 78. So he's 20 years younger than me. About the same body shape, though. We share that. I can't hit worth a lick, so he's got that on me. Kevin Biggio, a lot of sons of Major League Baseball players. He'll be playing first base today. Matt Chapman will be playing third, hitting seventh. That's just a crime that man is so good at defense. Offensively, he hasn't been as good as he was in Oakland, but he's hitting seventh in this lineup. A guy who hit last night is Raimel Tapia. He hit a couple balls, 109 miles per hour. Will be playing left field. And old friend, former Cleveland Guardian, or Indian back then, Bradley Zimmer will be playing center field today. That lineup looks good. Not great. I think our guy Johnny Cueto will have a decent time against those Blue Jay lineup. How do you feel about the Blue Jay and how they stack up today?
I mean, the Blue Jays, as we've been hearing from our resident Blue Jays expert, KPW, I think they're going through kind of the same thing the White Sox are, right? Or at least the story of their season, which has been, holy hell, look at that lineup and look how good it is, and why isn't it better? Kind of thing. Why aren't the results better? So, again, that's probably another team like that. We keep saying about the White Sox. One day, they're going to have to turn it on, and when they do, everything could be right with the world, with the White Sox world. Blue Jays fans are probably thinking the exact same thing because there's a lot of names in that lineup that you would be shaking in your shoes if you had to pitch against them.
Glad that we don't have to see KPW's guy Danny Jansen out there today either. Golly, that guy is decent. But I realize he goes to his knee all the time after he swings that ball. That must be some weird type of click with him where he just goes to his knee every at bat after he swings. It's weird. KPW, please confirm that with me. But Johnny Cueto on the bump for the White Sox, 0-1 with a 2.41 ERA losses last start. It was a tough one. But the White Sox will be going against Alex Manoah, second-year pitcher who is pitching at the top of the league, 5-1 with a 1.77 ERA. And the White Sox have faced him twice last year. His third start overall in his career, it was 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He got the no decision, but the Blue Jays won on June 9th in 2021. And then later in the year, the White Sox returned to Toronto August 23rd, where Manoa went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The Blue Jays won again, and Manoa again with the no decision. What have you seen from Manoa this year and Cueto? What's your breakdown of what the pitching matchup is today, Vinny?
Well, Manoa's good, and I think, basically we would have had, before the series started, I think we would have had a lot of discussion about how, okay, White Sox are going to, be lucky to get 1 run in this one kind of thing, the way they've been hitting, the way Manoa's been pitching. But as we saw the last 2 days, 2 good pitchers go up against the White Sox and, not really able to have the kind of success that would be expected against a lineup that's been struggling the way the White Sox has. So I think that you can't really go ahead and, say this is what's going to happen because the White Sox have taken it to 2 good starting pitchers the last 2 days. That being said, Alex Manoah is the best of that.
We got to pause for a second. KPW with some disturbing news. I mean, I don't think it's something he does intentionally. He's talking about Danny Jansen, but Jansen did shave his mustache mid-game after striking out. Vinny,
rash. It seems rash.
I mean, seriously, that's probably why he's sitting out today because he has bad decisions, bad choices on himself. It wasn't the mustache's fault, Danny Jansen. It was your own fault. Damn it. I mean, cut his mustache mid-game. How do you even get a shaver to do that? Like, don't you got to go out and catch? Like, this wasn't even
I don't know how, I'm sure people know this, but I don't know if you appreciate it until you've seen it or really heard it flushing. There's a toilet right next to the dugout.
Oh.
Every baseball stadium, the bathroom is right there for the guys to use so they don't have to go all the way back into the clubhouse. If it's a standard issued bathroom with a mirror and a little sink ledge there, maybe there's just maybe he kept it out there. These guys are superstitious. Maybe he's like, every game I'm going to go ahead and put that razor on the ledge in the dugout bathroom, and maybe he just was
he
like,
does
that's
point
enough.
out that he homered afterward.
Oh, bad decision still. That's ridiculous. Manoa this year has not given up more than 2 earned runs in any of his 9 starts. So it's going to be tough sledding for a White Sox team that's already struggling hitting the top of the league pitcher. But we said that versus Kevin Gausman, and the White Sox had great at-bats versus Gausman to the tune of 13 hits in that game. Manoa will feature a 4-seam fastball, a slider, sinker, and changeup. 41% of the time, that 4-seam fastball. But the thing I'm worried about, especially with this White Sox team, is the 30% sliders. Now, Tony La Russa set up the lineup to be left-handed heavy. The slider goes right into those guys' bat plane. So after this game, if this White Sox team hits a lot, I want all of us, including myself, to come back and apologize to Tony La Russa. Can we agree on that, fans? Please, because I feel like the White Sox right-handed heavy lineup would be terrible versus team, especially versus slider. So, Tony, I got to give you credit for doing something that's a little bit different and putting a bunch of left-handers in there, even if it doesn't work out. I like the process. Necessarily the results, I don't know what they're going to be yet.
What have we kept saying about some of these plays that we've seen from the White Sox? The one that jumps most to mind, because it was the explanation that Tony gave after it, sending Yasmani home from second base a few games back. You got to do something. You got to try. You got to push as many buttons as you can to try and get this offense to start clicking. And if making a lineup that everybody thinks is disgusting is a button you can push, then you push it, because you got to try everything at your disposal, because they are not scoring any runs.
This is a good point by Russ. The last thing we need is Cueto to not fear getting runs and to force adjustments after Cubs Saturday first pitch to avoid Cueto getting into pitchers counts so he can miss with Cubs timing from the windup. Yeah, so that's what I think happened the other day with Lucas, what happened the other day with Michael Kopech. They kind of took it on themselves to get 10 strikeouts in that game. Well, I need to go and shut this team out because I don't have enough offense. At least this is my opinion. I need to go and do this for my team instead of playing their game, instead of doing what they usually do and allowing their offense to do what they do. They cannot handle the offense. They cannot predict what the offense can do. All they can do is do what they can do. And I hope Johnny Cueto, as a veteran, understands, hey, if the offense scores no runs and I only give up 1, we're going to lose. But anyways, I have to go out and throw up some zeros, whatever I have to do, no matter what, and don't worry about the offense.
Yeah, I would be surprised to hear that from a guy like Lucas, surprised to hear that from a guy like Dylan Cease, who are very, very much locked into what they're doing and, only that they can control what they can control. Those kind of comments are frequent from them. But you're also, talking about human nature, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, and certainly these guys think about picking their teammates up, and these guys think about being the ones to get the job done, and, you've seen guys on the offensive side press trying to do it all with one swing. Why wouldn't it creep into the mind of a pitcher or a defender or something like that, trying to make a play that maybe is a little, doing too much? So I don't see that happening on the pitching side, and I think the pitching has been extraordinary for the most part this season for the White Sox. Johnny Cueto's a veteran. He knows how to kind of avoid that kind of thinking. That being said, he's a veteran who the results the last few years were not, obviously for health reasons in addition to performance ones, but were not what he was used to. And we still kind of have yet to figure out which Johnny Cueto this is the White Sox have, or what sort of new Johnny Cueto this is the White Sox have at this stage in his career. So Dallas Keuchel's gone, so Johnny Cueto's got that rotation spot for the foreseeable future. It's on him to show that he is definitely the better option, which he has been in the first few outings he's made for this team.
And to answer your means dumper question, and yeah, that's his name. If you want Rhys in the game, why not DH Yaz so you can have Rhys better defensive output out there? I just think, Rhys has already caught 2 of these games. Get him a day off of his legs and allow him to be in the game. He's a left-handed hitter. We've already explained that Tony wants as many left-handers as they can get, and he's had a pretty good series with the bat. Manoa's tough. And another thing, I have a theory that people who have caught the pitchers that they're going against, so he knows Alex Manoah's pitch mix. He knows where the ball breaks, so he has a better opportunity to get hits off of Alex Manoah than somebody who doesn't know where Alex pitches break. So he knows where the slider is going to be eventually, where he wants it. So he'll have an advantage over Alex Manoah today.
Rhys Mcguire is playing DH today because he caught last night.
Boom.
Day game after a night game.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Short and sweet. Let's go to our clicks to pick. Did any of us pick Rhys Mcguire today? Did you pick Rhys Mcguire today, Steven?
I did not.
In your heart of hearts, did you pick Rhys Mcguire?
I would have been bold and I would have said Yoan Moncada. I flashed the graphic on the screen. I'll do it again right now. White Sox versus Manoa in their career. Yoan Moncada right here, 3 for 6 with an RBI in his career. Obviously small sample size, but hey, that's a 500 batting average. I'll take the shot. He's had some days off.
Yeah, the White Sox have only faced Manoa twice, as I stated earlier. So, yeah, you're going to get a small sample size. So maybe they can just see him for the third time in their career and do some damage for them. For our pick to click, you went with a guy named Jose Abreu. Why is that, Vinny?
Well, because it was either Jose Abreu or Luis Robert, and I picked Jose Abreu. No, Jose's been swinging the bat really well lately, right? I mean, this is a guy who's on a streak. I didn't want to do this because I think I picked him in the first game of this series, but here I am picking him again because he's looked really good. Jose Abreu, I think, is back. Jose Abreu, I think, is back to being the guy that everybody expects Jose Abreu to be, and when that's the case, he's driving in a ton of runs, he's getting a ton of hits, and he's, sometimes winning an MVP. So I really think that he is there. We know Tim Anderson's there. Obviously, he's not there because he's hurt right now, but I think it's got to be Jose. Got to be Pito today.
We got Jesus Shuttleworth going with Moncada. Rust is going to go with Jose Abreu, too. I'm going to go with La Pantera. Playing center field again, I think that's more of his natural thing. These guys don't like to be the designated hitter in such a young age, so they like to play the full game. So if you do have a poor at bat like La Pantera had last night, you can come back up and you can play some defense and help your team that way. So I think La Pantera versus Manoa, I just want him to lay off the sliders. I know it's easier said than done. And attack anything in the zone. If he sees a fastball first pitch, be La Pantera, be your guy, be yourself, and try to attack that ball. Last night, I saw a pitch outside the strike zone, and La Pantera hit that single to right field that went to first and third for Jose Abreu, and then they, of course, didn't score. But that's the type of thing I want from La Pantera and the rest of the White Sox lineup. KPW, we don't do pick to click. We do click to pick, and we do not pick Toronto Blue Jays at all, you jerk. Maybe they do that in Canada, but this is America. This third world country. It's too much. I said too much.
Our milk comes in cartons.
One of those two is were you talking about?
The one we're living in. I did say we're going to have an announcement, but before this, points bet, I would say from last night, the White Sox are going to win this division. So if you want to go to points bet right now, I think they're plus 105 to win the AL Central. Put down all the money that you have and thank me later. And if you lose it, sorry. And that's your fault for believing in me. But put on all your money you have on the White Sox win the AL Central. That's not the goal, but they will do it because they are better than the Minnesota Twins. But our big announcement, June 22nd, Blue Jays. The White Sox will have, CHGO White Sox will have an official tailgate and game experience for you guys out there in Lot B. $25. If you want to enjoy our pregame at 11:30, we'll be in Lot B enjoying some beverages, enjoying some food, and then we'll be going to the game as a whole. We got some seats on the upper deck. Hope you guys enjoy that, and we're going to be watching the White Sox beat the Blue Jays that day. Hey, KPW, quick drive down. We'll have you down here in Chicago, show you what this city's all about. I've heard Toronto's just a cleaner Chicago. That's why I've heard. I've never been to Toronto. I want to get there, and I'll meet up with KPW. But for all you guys, we're going to be putting it on our YouTube channel where you just saw it on the video, and for the link, we'll be putting it on our CHGO White Sox Twitter handle and all the rest of our handles. We'll be giving it out. It's an Eventbrite thing. $25 get you in. You can converse with me, converse with Vinnie. Sean will be back by then. He'll be talking about how weak the Dodgers are and how great the White Sox sweeping of the Dodgers was this upcoming week. So get there. Do it. We're going to be enjoying some of our own company and enjoying some beverages, hopefully, and a White Sox win over the Toronto Blue Jays on June 22nd.
And I do want to mention, it's also on allchgo.com. You can go there, follow the link, purchase your ticket there and join us in person on June 22nd.
Should be fun.
And if you guys are not members, allchgo.com, be a member. You can get some of Vinnie's locked stuff, some of the great premium content when he's in the clubhouse. He has so many good stories, guys. So many good articles that you need to be checking out. I know all the people who are already members are well aware of that stuff. You can join us in the Discord every day. We'll talk to you. We'll say how bad the White Sox are or how good they're going to be. It's Herbie positivity now. I think the White Sox are going to win this AL Central. I don't know if they're going to win today's game. Vinny, you want to give a prediction on today's game?
I will say they lose 2-0.
Sounds right. I was going to go 3-1. I was going with the same type of margin. Steven, nothing?
I said they were going to win 1 out of 3 in the series. I was expecting that to be yesterday.
Stay with it, Steven.
I'm gonna stick with my prediction. Offense has been better. I'm going to go 5-3 White Sox.
Ooh, 5 runs.
And I'm really going out on a limb there.
What's going on with you?
5 runs and a win.
Yeah,
wow, that's what's weird.
I'm really going against the odds right now.
Steven's out here doing things. That's going to do it for the CHGO White Sox pregame show. We really appreciate you joining us. This is presented by PointsBet. Go there right now and bet on the White Sox to win the AL Central. So for Vinnie Duber and Steven Nicholas, I'm Herb Lawrence. Join you after the game when the White Sox lose to the Toronto Blue Jays.